data. So types of data मा सुरु गर्न भन्दा अगाडि we want to discuss about what are attributes, what are continuous and discrete data. So attribute भनेको सबै डेटाहरु राख्दाखेरि सबै डेटाहरुको सर्टेन क्यारेक्टरिस्टिक्स हुन्छ. They inherit some characteristics. So attributes are those fields for storing the data that represent such characteristics. The characteristics like store गर्नको लागि जुन field हुन्छ, those are attributes. So it's a property of the object पनि भन्न सकिन्छ. For example, as you can see here in the picture, sorry about that. So as you can see here in the picture, student ko roll number, name, address, hair color, height, is all these things are attributes of the student, right? Student ko data ko attribute haru yo roll number, name, address, hair color, height, is etc. अब हामीले टाइप्स अफ डेटा पढ्ने भनेको यही टाइप्स अफ एट्रिब्युट जसरी नै हो. अब अथवा डेटा हाम्रो यो एट्रिब्युटहरुमा यो डेटाहरु जसरी आउँछ त्यसको टाइप, त्यसको नेचर हेर्ने हो. सो हामी यो कोर्समा के गर्दै छौं, we will be looking it from a data mining or analytics perspective, हैन. त्यो पर्सपेक्टिभबाट चाहिँ हामी टाइप्स अफ डेटा हेर्दै छौं. सो बुझ्दाखेरि यहाँनिर कस्तो देखियो भन्दाखेरि रोल नम्बर, these are numbers, names, these are names, these will be strings, these will be characters, right? Varchars, addresses the same, hair color also the same, but it won't be anything random, right? It would be just limited to few options. Height, it is a number. Again, how much we don't yet know, but roll number we know it should be from this to this, from within that range. So डेटा को पनि नेचर हुँदो रहेछ, राइट? सो यहाँनिर सुरुमा हामी बुझ्नुपर्ने कुरा के छ, डेटाको नेचर डेटाले कस्तो कस्तो नेचर देखाउन सक्छ. कहिलेकाहीँ कन्टिन्युअस फर्ममा आउँछ, कहिलेकाहीँ डिस्क्रिट फर्ममा आउँछ. कन्टिन्युअस फर्म भनेको डेटा क्यान बी and it can take any infinite number of values. For example, height भनेको it can take any number of values, हैन. भर्खर जन्मेको बच्चाको एउटा सर्टेन हाइट हुन्छ. As he grows, we don't know how much it will grow. It's not exact, हैन. अब एउटा suppose there is some building, right? त्यसको height again, it's again another, again there is Mount Everest, again and then again there is Mount Olympus or something, right? Mars ko highest mountain, and then it just goes on and goes on and goes on. So other examples of continuous data are height, weight, temperature, and length. For example, time, as you can see, time is just continuous, and it will just go on and go on and go on and go on, right? For example, your age, it's a continuous data, and if you don't say it in exact figures, and 22 years ma matrai sakena bhane, then you can, let's say, continue to saying 22 years, 10 months, 22 days, 5 hours, 4 seconds, so on and so on and so on and so on, right? And it will only increase. Sorry. So discrete data, it can only take certain values and they are countable in a finite amount of time. For example, number of students, marks of the students. Marks when we get the minimum कति हो 0, maximum कति हो 100, 0 देखि 100 भित्र आउने भयो, right? Money in your bank, it's not like it's total money in the world also can be counted, so it's not like in uncountable चीज पनि भएन. So it's just discrete information. Okay, so now moving on to types of data. Again, we need to know we are looking into types of data from a data mining perspective. Our perspective needs to be clear here. So हामीले कस्तो कस्तो डेटामा डेटा माइनिङ गर्छौं त. So one would be useless data, जस्तो सुकै आओस्, that's just useless. And there is binary data, and there is nominal data, and there is ordinal, count, time, and interval. So these are the types of basic type of data. So if you want to, let's say, dig more into it, image, video, audio, text, these are also some of the other types of data that we typically deal in any mining approach, mining algorithms, but we will not be dealing with these below. We'll only look what the above useless, binary, nominal, ordinal, count, time and interval types of data, and we are not also dealing with integer 32, float 64, यो अथवा pandas को data types हरु अथवा python को data type, we are not dealing with those kind of data types also. Okay, so useless data भनेको, these are unique discrete data with no potential relationship with the outcome variable or feature with no variance छैन, त्यसको outcome variable सँग कुनै relationship नै छैन. For example, रोल नम्बर अथवा राउटिङ नम्बर, यहाँ राउटिङ नम्बर भने चाहिँ एउटा एड्रेसको एउटा राउटिङ नम्बर हुँदो रहेछ. इट्स जस्ट युनिक आउट देयर, इट हेज नो रिलेसनसिप विथ द फिचर भेरिएबल अथवा हाम्रो चाहिँ यसमा केही पनि भेरिएन्स पनि छैन, युनिक छ. सो अल दिस काइन्ड अफ डेटा आर जस्ट युजलेस, राइट. अघिको केसमा हाम्रो फर इक्जाम्पल रोल नम्बर, राइट, रोल नम्बर इज जस्ट युजलेस इन data mining. Okay, again bank account ko number haru, as you can see in the image also, there is this routing number or some kind of a unique number. That's just unnecessary data for us for mining purpose. Okay, so that's useless data. So these have unique values with no order or no meaning. They won't carry any meaning, and this attribute is useless and need not be included in the when fitting a model. So there is this something called model fitting, which we will discuss later in the other chapters. But whenever we create these machine learning models or data mining models, it's called fitting. So your model fit garदाखेरि these kind of data are useless. Okay, now binary data are just discrete. They are discrete. Again, हामीले भने जस्तै discrete and continuous मध्येको, these are discrete data. These only poses two values, either true or false, 1 or 0. It can be represented in any form, yes or no, right? So useful छ कि for example कुनै एउटा product हेर्नु पर्यो भने, if we ask the customer was it useful or not useful, yes and no, right? So those kind of data are binary data. Again, यसलाई further breakdown गर्न सकिन्छ, symmetric and asymmetric. When both values are equally important in all aspects, they are symmetric. When only one of the values is important, then that is asymmetric. Okay, for example, in some cases only positive results would be of more importance, right? So kun कसको importance बढी छ, that is symmetric and asymmetric. For example, gender भन्यो भने it's just symmetric, right? Both are important. But then COVID को results भन्यो भने, and then if we are saying okay, if we are giving pass to, if we are saying okay, somebody needs to be hospitalized or not, right? In this case, positive आयो भने 1, negative आयो भने 0, and then maybe 1 is of more importance, right? So I could be wrong in this point when I'm making this point, but when both values may not be when both the values may not be important, only one of them is important, more important, right? Then it's asymmetric. So here in the picture also, as you can see, individual pixels they are either black or white, right? So this is the individual data in itself are binary in form, right? All these binary representations in a matrix form would represent an image, right? Okay, similarly nominal data. nominal भनेको when there are more than two discrete outcomes अहिलेको जस्तै one or yes or no भनेको जस्तै but then when there are more than two possible outcomes it is commonly found in alphabet form rather than being in integer forms. For example colors भन्यो भने yellow, green, black, red यति मात्रै यदि हामीले अप्सन दियौँ भने and then these are nominal data. So nominal data को यहाँनिर इमेजमा हेरौँ data is mostly in alphabetical format, mode calculation is possibilities. So okay, so this point we need to discuss about. So nominal data मा कस्तो हुने भयो mean निकाल्ने अथवा हुन्छ नि standard deviation निकाल्ने. So these are not, let's say, mean अथवा हुन्छ नि median निकाल्ने, these are not possible हैन, it doesn't make sense हैन. But then the most occurring कुन हो, most occurring color कुन छ भनेर त्यो डेटामा हेर्नु पर्यो भने we can get, let's say, for example yellow color चाहिँ most occurring color हो भनेदेखि so that's a mode. So mode calculation is important over here. So it represents the qualitative aspect of the data and there is no order. यसमा order पनि हुँदैन. For example yellow is more good than green अथवा त्यस्तो यस्तो यसको कुनै प्रिफरेन्स पनि हुँदैन, राइट. सो अगेन क्वालिटीहरू पनि यसको डिटरमाइन गर्न मिलेन. ओके, नोमिनल, द्याट वाज अबाउट नोमिनल. नाउ ऑर्डिनल. ऑर्डिनल भनेको सेम लाइक नोमिनल, सिमिलर लाइक नोमिनल, बट इट हैज द सम मिनिङफुल अर्डर. फर एक्जाम्पल हाम्रो एसएलसीमा आएको ग्रेड्सहरू, राइट, E plus B, B plus C, all these are झट्ट हेर्दाखेरि these are nominal data, right? But then they have certain particular meaning in those individual representation, right? A, B, C, D ma they represent some meaning. Okay. For example ordinal scale भनेको for example यहाँनिर चित्रमा दिएको छ from 0 to 10 सम्म वर्स्ट के भन्छ आफूलाई चाहिँ कतै क्याटेगोराइज गर भन्यो भने कुनै एउटा right, then there would be these kind of surveys, right, then people would choose any of these, right, but then these numbers would represent some meaningful order, right. So these are ordinal data. So ordinal data मा यहाँनिर हाम्रो ordinal data कुन हो, no pain, mild, moderate, severe, very severe and worst, right. So these are our nominal representation. Another would be count data. Count data भनेको these are non-negative discrete whole number data. Again, non-negative discrete whole number data. Okay. Count data often follows a Poisson distribution. What is a Poisson distribution? You need to follow this through, and I will also have this link. म यो लिंक चाहिँ तल डिस्क्रिप्सनमा पनि राख्दिन्छु and you can see. So let's continue here with our presentation. Okay, that was count data. Simple enough, right? Non-negative discrete whole number data, right? Number of males in the classroom, number of females in the classroom, number of let's say those students who were passed, those students who were failed, and so on and so forth, right? You got the point. Now, and there is time data. Time data भनेको it's a cyclical repeating continuous form of data. Continuous data को एउटा cyclical repeating for pattern मा आउने data लाई we call it time data. For example, time features can be in any period. For example, daily, weekly, monthly, annual, etc. Example could be a unit of sales or total revenue by a particular date or by week, by a month, so on and so forth. यस्तो खाले time series data हरुमा पनि यो important हुन आउँछ, right? Financial and marketing data have often a time series component that is important to capture. We'll see maybe in some examples in the future we can see some time data. also. I And then lastly we have interval data ma यो कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि these data types have equal spaces in between the numbers and does not represent a temporal pattern. For example भनेपछि यहाँ बुझिन्छ. For example percentage, right? कति पर्सेन्टेज आयो, राइट, अथवा कति टेम्परेचर रहेछ, सो दि अथवा कति स्केल रहेछ. फर इक्जाम्पल कति फिट रहेछ भन्नुमा दिज आर लेट्स से 5 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet. These data have equal spaces in between the numbers, right? 1 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet. We are guaranteed that 1 feet जति छ 3 feet मा it has 3 times it of the same original scale, right? So interval data are data that has equal spaces in between the numbers and do not represent a temporal pattern. Okay, temporal भनेको time related pattern, right? Time ले यसलाई vary गर्दैन, right? For example percentage, temperatures and income. Okay, that's a scale or interval data. With that we will begin what is a warehouse and all those other things in the next video. For now we can end this session.